On behalf of the St. Joseph's Convent Kirkee alumni panel members, we bring to you a video series, Chat Over Tea. This video series is based on the careers of our ex-students who are eminent in their own field. I am your host, Rekha Pote, and our guest today is Dr. Manorama Sunkara. She is the Chief Scientist with Council of Scientific and Indian Research, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, Hyderabad. Dr. Manorama completed her BSc in Physics and then went on to do her MSc, MPhil and PhD in Physics. She earned her fellowship from University of Pune and then transferred the fellowship to CSIR. Dr. Manorama has been awarded as the Best Woman Scientist, Commonwealth Fellow, Australian Leadership Award, Fellow AP Academy of Sciences, JSPS Invitation Fellowship Japan, Professor Rudolph Marcus Award. She has various books, publications, and patents under her belt. She has visited Japan as a visiting scientist at School of Engineering, Akita University, and also on fellowship invitation to AIST Nagoya, Japan. For her leadership award, she has visited Flinders University, Adelaide, Australia. She has also had the privilege of attending the MRS meeting in Boston. You can find out more about her on the CSIR website https://www.ictindia.org/people. This interview is useful for both the students and the ex-students who are thinking of pursuing a career and jumping back into the professional world. I hope you enjoy the video. Do let us know. Thank you. So, Dr. Manorama, you passed out in 1978, right?
Yes, yes.
What memories do you have of the school?
Actually, I haven't visited school after that, honestly, for whatever reasons. But yeah, I had good memories of school, very good memories of school, especially my teachers, and we had a nice time. Never under any pressure. Just did what was very convenient for us or very easy for us,
Right.
and so I mean we are not. I'm not. I don't want to be classified as the studious type or something like that. So
Okay.
it's okay.
Okay.
So, yeah. But
Do
I
you?
enjoyed school. My memories, I never ever bunked school, even a single day to my,
Oh, that's
even if
nice.
I was not well, even I was not, I'll push myself and go because
Wow.
school was, I enjoyed school, honestly.
Very nice.
Wasn't, we didn't have much sports and all that, but even
Yeah.
then the atmosphere at school was good, really good.
Do you remember
Yeah.
teachers? Which teachers do you remember?
Yeah. I remember all my teachers.
Wow. Okay.
All my teachers, Doreen and Vijayalakshmi madam,
Yes.
Vatsala madam. Vatsala
Yes.
madam, I happened to meet her shortly recently. Then we had our Hindi teacher, Shalini madam.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, yes. I remember all the teachers.
So
And
I
Vijayalakshmi madam was one of the persons who really, I mean, like, gave us a thing to me to choose the subjects. Like,
yeah,
the initial interest was there because of the very good science teachers that we had,
correct.
Doreen and Vijayalakshmi. Yeah,
Yes.
maths teachers, of course. Yeah,
Yes.
so that foundation was great.
True. I mean, Vatsala ma'am, Vijayalakshmi ma'am, Doreen ma'am, Shalini ma'am taught me also. So the same
Yeah,
teachers, even after a decade, they were there for me as well.
yeah. Because at the initial stages only you get the love or hate for that subject.
Correct.
So if initial itself you have that hatred, you'll never ever like that subject. So I mean, like,
True. True.
so that was one reason maybe not that we went by choice for science, and at that time there was not so much of a choice, I suppose. Just
Mm,
arts or science when you have science. But we didn't. It was like automatic.
correct.
There's
Correct.
nothing much to choose, kind of a thing. Yeah, yeah,
So you
yeah.
you you
So I
did you
remember all
didn't
my teachers. Yes.
so you didn't think about physics as as a mainstream subject for you when you were in
No,
school?
no,
Okay.
no, no. I liked it. I liked it. It was a very easy subject, and maybe that's the reason I chose because obviously you'll take the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
So if something is very easy, you tend to don't have to put much effort. So maybe
Right.
that's the reason why I went for it. You
Right.
don't
Right.
have to study for hours on end and things like that.
Correct.
Just the initial, if you understand the concepts, you just go through.
True. True.
Yeah.
And the
I
school
enjoyed
struck
maths for a long time.
maths.
I thought I would do maths, but many reasons
Okay.
uh, for choosing physics.
Okay. Okay. And was it easy to get into Ferguson at that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
And
I did have enough, I think, marks.
okay.
I
Uh,
had, I think it
competition
was a
was tough?
distinction. Ferguson?
No,
In
competition. Was
Ferguson?
there good competition, or was it like there was okay
Honestly,
competition?
I don't remember any competition as such. I
Okay.
mean, like, we were not those aspiring for the first rank, because none of us were, I suppose. We were just, if we got a first rank, we got a first rank, that's all. But not that we had to get that first rank, we were always first rank, nothing like that.
Mm,
Uh, I don't remember any competition as
okay.
such. I mean, the times then were we enjoyed it, I think, without the competition. And we did
Yeah.
better than with the competition, I suppose.
Right. Who was
Our school had some very unique things, like they used to make us teach the other students also. I
yes.
remember.
Okay. And how did you end up joining a Council of Scientific and Indian Research?
Yeah. I was there in Pune right up to 91 till I
Okay.
finished my PhD. I did my MSc, BSc is from Ferguson, MSc is from the university.
Right.
Then I continued with my PhD. After my PhD, I went for a year to UK on a
Hmm.
Commonwealth Fellowship. Came back, and after I got married, I relocated to Hyderabad.
Okay.
My husband is in Hyderabad, so I moved here.
Okay.
So I wanted to have a continuation. So I waited in Pune till I got a fellowship
Hmm.
in the university.
Hmm.
So I transferred that fellowship to this institute.
Okay.
This is a because I had a CSI fellowship also for my PhD.
Okay.
So the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, they give you a fellowship for doing PhD.
Okay.
So I had that fellowship. So I knew about that institute. And here in Hyderabad, I don't know anybody, honestly. Like I was
Hmm.
totally new.
Hmm.
So there were a couple of one of my co-supervisors was there in the institute. So since I had the fellowship with me, I don't need anybody's, I can just walk in because I have my own fellowship. I don't need
Right.
any money from anybody. Government will do that. So
Right.
then I started off here. I had to
Okay.
start all over again because start from scratch. Whatever I
Yeah.
built up the reputation in Pune, I had to leave it there and come back here.
Okay.
Yeah, it took me a while, but then it was good because I didn't want to leave. I was enjoying my job, my
Yeah.
work, not my job, my work. So even though I didn't have a job for many years, about 8 years, I continued as and different positions, of course, always progressing,
Hmm.
but it
Hmm.
was not a permanent job as
Hmm.
such.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Right.
1998, I became a permanent employee of CSIR.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So
a
when you
long term,
say,
long time, but yeah,
yeah. So when you say
yeah,
you had the fellowship and then you continued with that fellowship in CSIR, what does it mean exactly?
yeah. Government supports you.
Okay. Okay.
Government supports you. They don't count your service, but they pay you a monthly fellowship. They give you some money for your research. Yeah. And so you're allowed to publish papers and guide students,
Okay.
all that. Only
Okay.
thing is, you don't become a permanent employee till you are absorbed in.
Right. Right.
So, since I had to establish myself, this was a new institute, so I had to establish myself and prove my credentials. Then only would they accept me. Because I
Okay.
had another reason is that I am basically a physicist,
Right.
and this is a chemistry laboratory,
Yeah.
as the
Okay.
name goes, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology.
Yeah.
So it's a little more difficult. It's more of an organic chemistry lab.
Hmm.
So it took me a while to actually make a lab and prove that they need me,
Ah,
kind
right.
of a thing. So I call myself a material scientist more than a physicist.
Okay. Okay.
You can. nothing. Physics is nothing but material. If you see the translation of physics in Hindi, some people say Padarth Vigyan, and there's another translation which says it's like material science also is allowed.
Right.
So I call myself a material scientist. So then I fit into this chemistry lab, and they thought they need me, so absorbed. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is good. And how do you get a fellowship?
It's open. It's open. You have to write an exam. CSIR exam, and you write, you get the JRF fellowship.
Okay.
Junior Research Fellowship.
Okay.
It's a common exam after MSc.
Okay.
Everybody applies. So once you get the fellowship, with the fellowship, you can join wherever you want in the country.
Okay.
You're allowed to join anywhere in the country.
Okay.
So that was for the JRF. Then you become a senior research fellow. And then afterwards, for the research associate, you have an interview.
Okay.
So government supports. Actually, if you really want to do research, governments can support you till there's no age limit as such. Right. Something or the other, they're ready for you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So that way I credited to CSIR for all my, nearly for 10 years they supported me. More than 10 years actually.
So after your BSc, you gave this exam for the fellowship exam?
No, after MSc.
After MSc. After MSc. Okay. So even today, after MSc, only this fellowship exam is given?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you don't need to give any other exam other than the fellowship exam?
No. Okay. No. It's a CSIR. It's a UGC CSIR common entrance test.
Right. Okay.
So if you get it in the first rank, you get a fellowship. So suppose you don't get very good marks, you even get a net fellowship. So you can apply for lecturership. You are eligible for lecturership job.
Okay.
UGC CSIR net, it is called.
Right. Okay.
National eligibility test. That is very valid now. This valid, it's like a gate exam.
Right.
Gate they do for engineering.
Yeah.
This is there for sciences.
Okay. And
nowadays.
So you basically do only you do research and you teach and you guide graduates and PhD students, right?
Yeah, and we can take up industrial projects, we can sponsorship, we can earn money for the institute by doing any kind of if a company has any or industry has any issue and you solve that problem, then you can do it for a charge basis. You can even analyze samples for private companies on charge basis. So by that way, you can even earn for the institute.
Right.
And you can pick up projects based on your expertise. You can take up projects which can be sponsored by any of the government agencies, any of the international agencies, right up to National Science Foundation or the European Union or any of these things. So we did have a couple of projects, international projects also. The EU project, we were a part of the EU project. We were part of the Indo-US collaborative research also. Yeah, so that is quite interesting because you get an opportunity to go abroad and meet those people also.
Yes.
When you are doing your job. So maybe for a short term, maybe for a long term, but I tend not to go abroad for a long time because I have a house here and so can't keep for long.
Correct.
But I did go for 2 months, and once I did go Japan and Australia.
Yeah, I saw that as part of your profile on the CSIR site, which talks about all your international trips and the background and the education and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I also saw that you have some patents and you published some books. You've authored some books as well.
That's all a part of the research.
Okay.
That's all a part of the research anyway.
Okay.
I think as you keep doing, if it is worth it, you publish or you patent or you can write book chapters also. That's all a part of because there are students, so they have to be guided for their PhD.
Correct.
So it automatically translates into the publications and the patents and the books.
Right.
Yeah.
So you also
the normal process.
Okay. So you also kind of conduct lectures. I mean, you go out and give lectures to students.
Yeah.
So this is basically a technology institute, right?
It's a chemistry laboratory.
Okay.
chemical technology. So we can go to universities. I mean, like very often I go to universities and colleges, especially because the kind of upgradation for the teachers also, because the teachers would have been must have studied many years back. So if they want to be currently, they have to teach the students the current R&D topics, or what are the current status of science. So we have to go and give them some kind of upgradation classes also.
Okay.
So we can do that. Sometimes it's mandatory also.
Okay. So your
Mm.
profile mainly involves research and development.
Yeah, R&D, and then we are teachers also.
Right.
Now actually CSR has become a university also, because there
Okay.
are many students. So we become professors also. We call professors also.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Professor of so both ways. Yeah.
And the fellowship that we talked about, is it only for CSIR, or the fellowship is for any other institutes as well?
Everywhere it is there. You can take it up anywhere.
Okay.
Even ICMR has got its own fellowship. DBT has got its own fellowship.
Okay.
DBT has got a biotechnology fellowship.
Okay.
ICMR would have medical research.
Okay.
And this is it. If you get this fellowship, it is yours. You can do it wherever you want.
Okay.
I took it up in the university. I took it up in the university, and then the higher version of it, when I got the research associate, I took it in this institute. Then you have a pool officer. You can do it, is yours.
Right.
You can take it up wherever you want, whatever is convenient.
Okay, so basically the fellowship exam is like a stepping stone, and then you decide where
Exactly.
which
Exactly.
institute, or which
Yes.
area of interest is
Yes.
more you like, and then you kind of do more in
Suits
it.
you.
Yeah, suits you. Right,
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So once you're qualified with that, you have the option to choose your institute.
Right.
You can choose
Okay.
it anywhere in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You can do, and the best thing is that it's kind of an eligibility exam for many other even entrances.
Right.
Even IOCL and all these companies also, they ask for a GATE score or a NET score, or it's valid even for that. Apart from you taking a fellowship, but I would always be called as a CSR fellow, because that's a qualification. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
a your eligibility
Correct.
criteria.
Correct. Would you like to say anything to the students specifically, Dr. Manorama? I mean, in terms of studies and
To the students, for the students, actually, the only thing everybody should know is pursue a passion. That's all. Don't think of just the what everybody is talking about. Say, not talking about. You can say what people have got a bad kind of a accept medicine or this kind of a thing. Whatever you do it, excel in it. I think that would be enjoyable for you, and you can do your best also.
right.
Instead of doing something which is like commercial or commercially viable kind of a thing, a profession. Don't follow a profession because of its commercial viability.
Hmm.
If you can enjoy what you're doing, I think there's nothing like it.
Yeah, I
Like we
agree.
have umpteen examples of people by whatever pressure or peer pressure or parental pressure taking up a profession and then leaving it halfway. That's actually suicidal. It's really sad, because after 10, 15 years, you realize you don't like that. Then you can't go back, and you get stuck in that, and then it's like point of no return kind of a thing.
Correct.
So might as well take a time to decide what interests you, what you're comfortable with, and if you follow that, I think there's nothing like a good profession and a bad profession.
True. True.
Any whatever you do, nothing is a small job. Whatever, if a teacher, I mean, you should not actually be. Teachers are the most. They influence so many lives. If
Correct.
you have a good teacher, but if you can't, you shouldn't think of it in terms of a commercial kind of a. Even in research, people have that impression that you should go abroad.
Hmm. Hmm.
Need not actually, because India is that way now. Government of India is really giving a lot of support. If you just open the websites, all the research and scientific websites, say Department of Science and Technology or CSIR or any of them, there are so many kinds of opportunities for girls. Girls, there are so many. Like we know that standard procedures of girls getting married and then they have a break. If they want to come back after say all that, they have their children, they want to come back to science. There are a lot of opportunities. If you have done your graduation, you have an opportunity. If you have done a PhD, you have an opportunity. There are special fellowships. And they're not too bad, 50,000, 60,000 per month they give.
Yeah.
So you can come back
Correct.
if you really want to do that. So if you can't, you don't have to, because of societal thing, you girls get married after some time, they're forced to get married, and then it becomes a break.
Yeah.
Let them just be like a comma, and then they can continue.
Correct.
Possibilities are there.
Okay.
But the thing is, many people don't know about them. That is the
Yeah.
problem. That's not coming out in the open. But if you really want to pursue, there are many girls who are coming back now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
even they done their PhD and then they couldn't get a job because they had to take care of children and all that. They went home. But you can come back. And the mandatory thing is you have to have a break. Only
Yeah.
those who with a break are given those fellowships. The government gives them a research grant. They give them a fellowship. Say for 3 years, 5 years, they support. And then if you do well, it can just keep on continuing right up to
Yes.
50, 60 years. So those things, if you can spread it across to people, I think maybe science will be more rewarding in that sense.
Yeah.
By taking science as a career, oh, I can't get a job or I don't get a job. It's not that difficult, I think.
Correct.
Of course, competition is going to be there, so obviously you're supposed to excel.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, you have to excel. That you can't get rid of or avoid. Because our numbers are too high for everything.
True.
Whatever application you put in, it's not like tens, it's hundreds and thousands. So you have to be noticed. So I think if you pursue a passion, it will be rewarding both ways.
Yeah. True. Thank you, Dr. Manorama. It's been a real pleasure talking to you and getting all the inputs from you. I'm sure the girls would love it and would, if they need to know anything more, then obviously they can get in touch with the mentor whom they are associated with, and maybe the mentor will also get in touch with you if they need anything. But it's been a great pleasure talking to you.
Most welcome.